your hands up! Do not move from your position!
I didn't do anything. Mom, please help me. I didn't do anything wrong.
A 15-year-old boy who was neither a terrorist nor a spy, but he did what even the world's most dangerous hackers couldn't. He broke into NASA's servers without permission, took control of a space station system, and accessed the Pentagon, shaking up the entire U.S. military. But the most shocking part? When the FBI finally reached him, they couldn't believe. He was just a school kid. And when he ended his own life, people began to ask, did Jonathan James discover something he was never supposed to see? Before we move forward, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, click that button now. And if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If there's a topic you'd love to see us cover, drop it in the comments. Who knows, your suggestion might get picked, and I'll make a full video on it with your name mentioned. I personally read every comment, and I reply too. So let's not waste any more time. Let's dive right back into the story. Jonathan James was just an ordinary kid from Florida. Not a genius, not a failure. In school, he was pretty average. But what set him apart was his obsession with computers. At just 13, he started learning coding and hacking. For him, computers weren't just fun. They were a mission. He vanished into the online world like a ghost, sneaking into systems, studying them, and slipping out without a trace. No one could have imagined that the person who breached U.S. defense systems was actually just a school kid. For Jonathan James, hacking wasn't just a skill. It had become his obsession. Every night, while his parents thought he was asleep, he was actually lost in the glow of his computer screen. Sitting in a dark room, headphones on, fingers flying across the keyboard. His mission? To break into the world's most secure systems, just to see how strong they really were. And one day, he took his first, most daring step. The target, the United States Department of Defense. Yes, the same Pentagon system that an average person wouldn't even dream of reaching. But Jonathan, he made the impossible possible. He tracked a vulnerability and slipped into the system through it. No alarms, no trace. Once inside, the first thing he did was access internal emails, military communications, and network security configurations. With every file he read, there was a strange spark in his eyes, like he was uncovering the secrets of a hidden world. But Jonathan didn't just look and leave. He left a mark, a backdoor, a secret digital gate that could let him back in any time, undetected. It was hidden in a way that even an average cybersecurity team would completely miss it. He poked around the DOD system like a kid taking apart a toy, just to understand how it works. The U.S. government soon noticed something strange. Systems started slowing down, files were being duplicated, and some logs had gone missing. The IT department launched an investigation, suspecting a foreign actor or maybe a state-sponsored hacker group. But when a forensic analysis was done, every trail led to a dead end. No identity, no traceable IP address. The hacker was either in thin air or hiding in the shadows. They had no idea that the one who breached their military system was just a 15-year-old kid who hacked the Pentagon right after school before even touching his homework. For Jonathan James, hacking the Pentagon was just the beginning. When he realized he had slipped into the U.S. Department of Defense without any resistance, his obsession only grew stronger. Now, His new target was the world's most prestigious and sensitive institute, NASA. One night, while everyone in Florida was peacefully asleep in their beds, Jonathan was sitting in front of his glowing computer screen, soft techno music playing through his headphones, and lines of scrolling code lighting up his eyes. He mapped NASA's external systems, scanned for vulnerabilities, and then he found a door, a tiny glitch, unnoticed by anyone, through that path. Jonathan attempted to break into NASA's high-level servers, and he got in. There, he discovered a software that was far beyond the reach of any average hacker's imagination. This program controlled the temperature and humidity systems of NASA's International Space Station. Yes, the same ISS where astronauts live, and where every breath they take depends on the precise functioning of that software. Without fully understanding how sensitive this software was, Jonathan began downloading it. The file was large, and because it was hosted on secure servers, the download speed was extremely monitored. That's why, when NASA engineers noticed unusual data flow on their servers, for the first time, they suspected a possible system breach. As soon as they realized that someone was downloading their $1.7 million proprietary software, NASA immediately shut down the entire system. And this wasn't a minor shutdown. For 21 days, NASA's entire network remained offline, so they could clean their systems and trace the hacker. During those 21 days, multiple missions were delayed, communication was blacked out, and NASA had to face international embarrassment. The U.S. government, FBI, and NASA, all three agencies began tracing the attack together, and every clue pointed to one place, Florida. With each step, the digital trail vanished. But a few tiny mistakes finally led the FBI to an IP address. And when they issued a subpoena to the local internet provider for details, a name surfaced: Jonathan James. When the FBI raided his house, they expected to find a highly trained adult hacker. But in front of them stood just a skinny schoolboy, scared, yet with the same curiosity in his eyes that had led him to NASA. His room looked like a battlefield: computer parts, notes, coding books, and hacking scripts scattered everywhere. Jonathan confessed, but he also said he did it all out of pure curiosity. He claimed, "I just wanted to see what the system looked like from the inside." But for the government, this wasn't curiosity. It was a national threat. Jonathan had no idea that the consequences of his digital world were about to crash into his real life. One morning, as the Florida sun was rising, Jonathan was in his room, casually reviewing his coding scripts. He made some coffee, sat in front of his screen, and just then, there was a loud knock, like someone was about to break the door down. The next moment, the FBI's cybercrime task force stormed into the house. Black uniforms, guns drawn, all shouting one name:
Jonathan James.
His mother screamed, and Jonathan realized that the consequences of everything he did online were now standing right in front of him. The FBI confiscated everything: his computer systems, hard drives, floppy disks, CDs, and notebooks. Every device had his fingerprints, and all the data he accessed from the Pentagon and NASA was on them. The scene looked like something out of a sci-fi movie. A normal middle-class home, with just one boy living there, whose room had turned into a digital war zone. When FBI officers began questioning him, he didn't panic. He calmly took full responsibility, admitting that yes, he was the one behind it all. But he said, "I was just exploring. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I just wanted to understand how these systems work." This shocked even the FBI agents, because despite the massive scale of the hacks, he hadn't damaged any data, hadn't leaked any information, and had no financial or political motive. It was purely curiosity, just a burning obsession to see what was behind the digital curtain. The court, taking into account his age and non-violent background, sentenced Jonathan to house arrest. He was expelled from school, restricted to his home, and ordered to undergo professional psychological evaluation. His name made national headlines. Child hacker breaks into NASA and Pentagon. His face was on every news channel, painted as a cyber criminal. But the reality? He was just a teenager, a boy driven by an unstoppable desire to explore beyond the limits of his own mind. But for America, he wasn't just a kid. He was a warning, a sign of how fragile their cyber infrastructure really was. If a 15-year-old could break in and see everything. Time passed, but for Jonathan James, life was never the same again. Like it used to be. After house arrest, he cut himself off from the world. No school, no friends, and he never returned to coding or hacking again. His life was trapped in a loop where every move was under watch. The government had let him go, but his freedom was only in name. Then in 2008, another major hacking case surfaced. Some confidential U.S. government systems were compromised, and as soon as the FBI launched their investigation, their first suspect was once again Jonathan James. Even though there was no solid evidence against him, his past caught up with him. Once again, surveillance, questions, and stress. Jonathan, already under mental pressure, broke down this time. One day, he shot himself at home at just 24 years old. A suicide note was found beside him. It said, "I'm not part of anything, but the pressure on me is too much. I don't think this system will ever let me live in peace." His death didn't just mark the end of a hacker. It exposed the flaws of an entire system. A kid who hacked out of pure curiosity was treated like a criminal for the rest of his life. In the world of cybersecurity, Jonathan James, also known as Siom Raid, is still remembered as a warning, as an example, and most of all, as a tragedy. Jonathan James' story wasn't just limited to hacking. Some people say he saw something he was never supposed to see when he hacked into NASA systems. The official report said he downloaded software that controlled the space station's temperature and humidity. But many believe that was just a cover-up. According to internet forums, underground hacking communities, and a few whistleblowers, Jonathan had accessed NASA's highly confidential folders, files that contained classified space research, alien intelligence, and records of possible extraterrestrial contact. Did he uncover the secret of a mission that was being hidden from the world? Did he really see evidence in those files? Proof that we're not alone in the universe? And if that's true, was his death truly a suicide? Or was he silenced? These questions still linger in the air. Was Jonathan just a kid, caught in the grip of his own curiosity? Or was he a genius who uncovered the system's darkest secrets and was destroyed by that very system? After Jonathan's death, his computer was never recovered. Some of his encrypted folders were never decrypted, and part of his digital footprint vanished forever. The more we try to uncover, the deeper the darkness becomes. If you think Jonathan's secret was shocking, then get ready, because you're about to learn about the document even AI couldn't decode. Click on the video showing on your screen right now, and don't forget to like it. And if this video left you with any questions, drop them in the comments below.